Brentford nil, Arsenal 1. Yes, people, we're back to another Arsenal match reaction. It's a Carabao Cup, and obviously it's not a competition that we really take seriously here. But the main thing is we've found a way to get the result. And that's always got to be the main thing when it comes to cup competitions, right? I think everyone wants to go into the game and they'd love to be able to say they had an amazing performance, these players played really well, etc. But the main thing is just get through to the next round. Obviously, we were compromised in many different facets. Declan Rice out injured, Bukayo Saka as well. So going into this game thinking already we're playing a weakened side than what a lot of Arsenal fans would have wanted. But at the same time, right, the Carabao Cup is a competition where you notoriously can rotate. Like, I'd rather see Arsenal rotate in the Carabao Cup than the Premier League, for example. So, yes, we saw players play like Kivior, for example, like Tomiyasu, Jorginho, even Emil Smith-Rowe got a run around. I haven't seen him play for Arsenal in so long. It seems like Arteta pushed him over to the sidelines. But then also we saw some players like the young boy, Sago Jr. Never seen him before. He came on the pitch. I don't think he had an amazing game, but look, he's one of those people. He's obviously not a proper developed player because it's his debut, his first game playing for the club, right? So you got to give players like this some time, and I respect him 100% for what he's doing. I also think, right, that going into the next round, Arsenal need to make sure that we spend extra time. First of all, hopefully we get a good draw because I don't really want a team like Brentford away. That was a tricky tie to go into the tie. First of all. Secondly, I hope that we also play a slightly stronger team because the way I'm looking at it right now in the Carabao Cup, and you guys have been in the live chat as well if you are watching, is that I'm pretty sure, first of all, Tottenham, we know are out. They got knocked out against Fulham in the first round. Then also we know that, if I'm not mistaken, right, that Man City are currently out to Newcastle. Obviously, can change. So you're looking at this competition thinking already some big hitters are leaving. Now, I'm not saying the Carabao Cup is a competition we should prioritize, not by any stretch of imagination. For me, if anything, the Carabao Cup is a competition that you should prioritize the least. I don't really have any affinity towards it. But it is a competition that it would be nice to go far in, because I always look at the Carabao Cup, right, as a competition that youngsters should be taking two hands, literally, because some of these players, this is the only time they're going to play for Arsenal this season. The Cedric Sionenis, the Sago Juniors, for example, the only time they're getting game time is in the Carabao Cup. So they need to be taking this game by the scruff of the neck, literally. And look, I don't think these players played bad by any stretch of imagination. If anything, I think this was a really good performance. And I did not go into this game thinking we were going to beat this Brentford team, to be completely honest with you guys, especially given that we had some key players out. I mean, you look at Arsenal's injury list: Partey, Rice, Saka, Martin, Trossard, Timber. These are 6 players that in any other day will probably start for Arsenal Football Club. So you're looking at basically half our starting 11 being injured, and you're going to a game away from home against a dogged, pragmatic Thomas Frank Brentford side. And you're thinking, it doesn't really spell, or it spells a lot of danger for Arsenal in this game. But I thought we were resolute. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, I couldn't tell you, but defensively, we look really good. Really good, man. At home, I think we struggled defensively. I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, look, the evidence is there. I'm not just making up stats on the spot. We've not kept the clean sheet at home all season. And now in our 3 away games, the 2 in the Premier League and the 1 in the Carabao Cup, we've kept the clean sheet in all 3. And I'm not being funny, right? It's not a Raya or Ramsdale effect, because Ramsdale played 2 of them, Raya played 1 of them. Away from home, we seem to do really well. That's 3 1-0 wins away from home in a row. And trust me, guys, when I tell you this, yeah, 1-0 wins are literally the bedrock, the foundation of a football team that's successful. 1-0 wins, it will take you far. No team is successful winning every game 3-2, 4-3. But you can be mightily successful if you win 1-0 in a lot of football matches. George Graham's Arsenal in the 80s and 90s was synonymous with winning games 1-0. That's how they made a name for it. Boring Arsenal, you always used to be 1-0 to us. But trust me, 1-0 is the best type of result, man. It shows defensive security. You can scrape out, grind out results. And I'm all for them, man. Today, look, we scored a goal early for Reece Nelson. Yes, it was a mistake from Brentford, but you capitalize on mistakes. How many mistakes did Tottenham make on the weekend? I want to say 2 or 3 at least. Jesus didn't bury it, and then Nketiah didn't bury it. If you obviously capitalize on mistakes, that's how you score a lot of your goals in football. So yes, they made the mistake, and yes, that was the difference in the match. It was Reece Nelson having the cool and composed head to slot it into the corner. But other than that, I don't think we created an awful lot. I think in the first half we were a slightly better team than Brentford, but definitely it switched roles in the second half. And I do want to say, man, that their goal that got ruled out, thankfully VAR wasn't in operation, because that looked a little bit dodgy in my eyes. That easily could have been a goal for Brentford. But look, it's one of the things where the cookie crumbles. When there's no VAR, these are the things that happen. So I think overall, to be fair, I'm really delighted with the result. I'm waiting to see who Arsenal get in the draw. It should be hopefully very soon. And then we go from there, man. Hopefully progress to another round. Hopefully Man City get knocked out as well, because that means they can't do the quadruple, which I know they were gunning for this season. And yeah, happy days overall. Where are you? On the toilet? No, I'm currently in Madrid on holiday. That's why it's a weird setup. Brian, appreciate your stream, my friend. Let me doing well. Ben White was starving him of the ball. Not cool. Yeah, I did feel that at times as well in the game. I feel like Sago Jr., right? They weren't trusting him enough. Like, the brothers come into the team, and the worst possible thing you can do is not give him touches on the football. Give him touches, because the only way you build your confidence with reps, it's like anything in life, right? Whenever you do something, practice makes perfect. The first time you touch the ball, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, man. I didn't expect him to come into this game and completely take it by the scruff of the neck and have a 10 out of 10 performance, because it's his debut for Arsenal Football Club. I know it's a Carabao Cup game, but it's still a debut against another Premier League side away from home. It's never going to be easy. But at least give the brother some touches, man. Let him have some feel of the football. Let him take some people on. I thought he showed in glimpses what he's about, Sago Jr. I was surprised, to be fair, that he started. I think out of all the academy products, I thought Cody Dubry could have played. I thought Miles Lewis-Skelly could have played. I thought Ethan Nwaneri could have played. I know Ethan Nwaneri is not a winger, but he easily could have put Reece Nelson right wing, Emil Smith-Rowe left wing, and put Ethan Nwaneri in the side, for example. So Arteta had multiple options, but he put his faith in Sago Jr. to play this game at right wing. And look, obviously we can't say that he was really influential or dominant, but I don't expect that. I'm just happy to see him in the side, happy to see some more Haaland products get involved in the team, because look, they are the future at the end of the day. I know our team is still mightily young, but trust me, guys, the academy always helps. When you see an academy that's bringing quality products into the side season in, season out, it's like a stream of cash flow, man. It's a difference. For example, say you've got a really good team but no academy, right? It's like having a pot or a pile of money. It's going to eventually go. But when you have a good academy and a good Haaland product, we can see that happening before our very eyes. It's always positive, because that's like the cash flow coming in, season out, man. That passive income just flowing through the football club. One by one, these academy products, man, coming in, churning them in. And look, not all of them are going to turn out to be amazing players for this football club. But at the same time, you can sell them. We just sold Balogun for 35 million. He's been at Haaland for the past few seasons. Do you get what I mean? So sometimes you've got to turn them into profit. Not every single player that you get, you're going to have to keep and start for the team. Some of them there's going to have to be a profit incentive there. So, look, I'm delighted with how it turned out overall, man. So, let's be real with it. I think that Sago Jr., for example, rather than actually looking at him himself in his performance, I think it was really good the fact that Arteta trusted the Haaland product to play this game. And secondly, the fact that we have got Haaland products coming through the football clubs. I think that's always a positive. But yeah, Ben White as well, I understand what he was doing, because obviously he doesn't trust him as much. But the tenets of football is you have to trust all 11 players on the football pitch, man. If you don't trust the other players on the football pitch, it's never going to work. Never, ever going to work. So yes, playing it to Nketiah or Nelson or Smith-Rowe or Havertz, they're the more senior players of the football club in that respect, which is mad to think, because most of them are under 25, 24. But still, you got to trust your young players, man. Trust them. Because the worst thing is, right, if you're a young player being starved of the football and you can tell they're not passing you the ball, your confidence is going to go even lower. If you get past the ball at every opportunity when you're open, it just gives you even more of an opportunity to assert yourself on the game and try things out, because it gives you the confidence. But look, it's one of those things, but I don't think it was the end of the world whatsoever. What do you think of the Real Madrid atmosphere? Dead, to be honest, in this game, man. I went to the game Real Madrid versus Las Palmas. I thought it was really bad, man. But look, they're playing Las Palmas, so it's obviously not a derby match. If anything, there was more Las Palmas fans next to me than there were Real Madrid fans. I was in the Real Madrid crowd, but there was more Las Palmas fans. But for them, it was like their World Cup, right? Whereas for Real Madrid, it's just another game, man. Because when you're a big club like Real Madrid, unless you're playing another big club like Atletico, Barcelona, or Champions League matches, let's be real, it's just another day at the office for them. So yeah, obviously they won 2-0. It wasn't the most entertaining of matches, but I thought it was all right overall. It was good to see the Bernabeu. Tonight's random question: how are you feeling for your final year at uni, doing your dissertation and going into employment next year? Feeling good, man. It starts in a week or so's time. Looking forward to it. That's the main thing, man, because the summer break's been way too long. Luca, appreciate you on stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hi, how are you? Doing well, my friend, man. Doing well. I'll be honest, this game was a bit of a rough one for me to catch, man. Really a rough one. I had to exit the stadium, watch it on my phone, and then try and hook it up onto my iPad when I got home. It was not the smoothest of experiences, but this is what you do for your football club, man. It's one of those things. But yeah, Arsenal through. That's the main thing. I want to check out the other scores as well in the Carabao Cup, because obviously it wasn't just Arsenal playing. So Carabao Cup fixtures. Let's have a look at who was playing. So we have. So Carabao Cup fixtures. We've got Salford City. Well, they got absolutely done in by Burnley, who won 4-0. Exeter beat Luton Town. Wait, those were yesterday's results. Okay, Liverpool beat Leicester 3-1, and I believe they came back from 1-0 down, if I'm not mistaken. So congrats to Liverpool for that. They're through to the next round. Blackburn beat Cardiff City 5-2. Fair play to them for that one. West Ham beat Lincoln City. Chelsea won a football match. Oh my days, Chelsea beat Brighton. Did not see that one coming. Bournemouth beat Stoke. Arsenal obviously beat Brentford. Brilliant result for us. Everton beat Villa. And Fulham beat Norwich, and Newcastle with in the 95th minute, 96th minute, are 1-0 up against Man City. So hey, Man City could get knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the 3rd round. All I'm saying is, guys, yeah, if Man City get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, huge benefit, because this team wins the Carabao Cup basically every other season, man. They're a quality football team. So look, if Man City get knocked out, Tottenham got knocked out last round, they're dropping like flies, man. We've automatically become the favourites in the Carabao Cup at this stage. I have to be completely honest about it. So look, I think that this competition we can go very far. And I'm not saying play the full first 11, because that's not the way we should be doing things. But for me, this was perfect. The squad management was absolutely perfect today by Arteta, man. He obviously started a lot of players that don't get a lot of game time. Obviously, some had to play. Gabriel, Ben White had to play, for example. But the likes of the Ramsdales, Jorginhos, Emil Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson got some game time, which is really good, and Nketiah as well. But at the same time, we got a result. So he played a lot of the reserve players and still got a result, man. Happy days. Odegaard barely touched the field for like 10 minutes. Jesus equally for like 20 minutes on the pitch as well. I was happy, man. And also, let's be honest, right? Some of these reserve players played really well. I thought they really did, to be honest. Look, I'm not going to come out and say they played a 10 out of 10 performance, but I thought some of these reserve players actually put in a real good shift. I think Tommy should start right back. Ben needs a rest, and Ramsdale needs his spot back. You see this one, yeah? It's a really controversial point, but I low-key agree with you. Now, Ben White at right back, this is the thing, right? Ben White's got that really good link with Saka. They've got that synergy going already. The thing is, though, I do hear it a little bit. Tomiyasu again today was really good. But Tomiyasu was more playing as a centre-back today, to be completely honest. And Kiwior was going left-back. So, look, that could be an option. Tomiyasu as a right centre-back back up to Saliba. And obviously, Ben White staying at right-back could be an option. But this is the thing. A lot of our players are versatile. And that's the main thing, right? Because we've not got a bunch of players that play one position. We've got a lot of defenders, especially in defensive areas, right? Where they play multiple positions. Tomiyasu can play right-back, centre-back, left-back. Ben White can play right-back, centre-back. Do you get what I mean? So multiple players can play multiple positions. So you got to look at it in that respect and think, I really like that from Arsenal. The fact we can switch in, switch out players. At the same time, you do also want players that are experts in their position. I mean, Tomiyasu today was superb at centre-back, but is that his position? Is he a right-back? Is he a left-back? I'm not too sure, to be completely honest. Then you've got Kiwior. I thought Kiwior was fantastic as well. He made a game-saving block at the end of the game, which I thought was absolutely fantastic on his end, man. Sliding in back post, spotting danger. How many times do I say on this channel, man? Being aware of the danger. It's one of the main things, bro. You can't, a lot of people just sit there and they just like, as soon as the ball goes in behind them, they just watch it. Like they're just expecting the keeper to save or it to go in. But few players, right, the real standout players, assume danger and watch and react, man. They don't just sit there and just watch the striker go through one-on-one. They react and gamble on it going back post. That was a game-winning block by Kiwior for that, man. And you saw the way that Ramsdale, Gabriel embraced him. They saw it, man. Brilliant from his end. So, yeah, I thought some of our reserve players played really well today. Like the Kiwiors, the Tomiyasu. And that's really good sign, guys, because in a Premier League season, it's a 38-game season, right? This ain't no sprint. It's a marathon, man. It's not for the fast this season, man. It's going to take some time. It's going to be it's going to be a lot harder than people think, man. I understand last year people went through that season and they probably thought it can't get any harder. Trust me, guys, it can get a lot harder. when September and the season ends in May, there's a long way to go. And we saw it last season. You're going to have reserve players pop up in moments and you're going to need them. It's how it is. Last year, Reece Nelson came from literally the depths to score a goal against Bournemouth and save us that game. And we thought we were going to go on to win the league title from there. So reserve players can come up big time in these sort of matches. So getting them some game time now, getting them some reps and seeing that they're playing decent, really good. Really good, because you never know when you're going to need to rely on these players at some point later in the season, man. So give them some game time now. Give them some confidence that they played well, that they progressed in the cup is always the main thing. And like I said, man, these players should be taking this Carabao Cup game like it's their World Cup finals, because these players won't touch the field in Premier League or Champions League matches. They might in the FA Cup, sure, but in Premier League and Champions League matches, a lot of these players are not going to touch the field. So the only time they're going to get to see the grass is in games like the Carabao Cup. So I never understood some players taking this lightly. You're on the pitch to do a job for your football club, man. So I really like the way we performed today. Got a good result, man. I can't say I expect us to win this game. If anything, I thought we actually might lose this game, to be honest with you guys. And look, I never want to lose any football matches. But if you told me that you're going to lose this game but beat Bournemouth on the weekend, I'd 100% take it. I'm not saying football works like that by any stretch of the imagination. But you got to understand, you got to prioritize certain things, right? And I think that this game, Arteta clearly was prioritizing the game on the weekend. So this was just like a game stop in the middle. But it's still a tough game. Brentford away. Make no mistake about it. We could have drawn like an Exeter or something. We drew a Brentford away. Brentford got done a double over Man City last season. They're no scrubs. They're a good football team, man, under Thomas Frank. They're a really pragmatic team. They were playing their starting 11 for the most part. Like Brian Mbeumo, Johan Whistle were all playing in that team. So I thought we did really well in that game. We were composed. Obviously, we scored a goal from mistake, which is, I mean, you got to capitalize on mistakes at the end of the day, man. Every team's going to make them. We made a few mistakes in the game as well. So it's always about capitalizing on mistakes. Other than that, I don't think we were fluid going forward. But that doesn't really concern me too much, guys, to be completely honest with you guys, man. Because, look, the way I look at it is this. Defense is always more important than attack. Trust me, defense is always more important than attack. If I offered you guys the fact that you every game, right? You're guaranteed to score every game, or you're guaranteed not to concede every game. A smart man would say, I guarantee not to concede every game. Because then you gain a minimum of a point every football match. Look at Man City, right? 2-0 up against Forest. They got 10 men with Rodri getting sent off, and they held out for a 2-0 win. Never looked like conceding. Arsenal, on the other hand, right? We scored off 2 mistakes from Tottenham, a goal for deflection, a goal for penalty. If we actually had a defense like Man City, if we actually stayed defensively astute, we win that game 2-0 off 2 mistakes, and no one's complaining. But instead, we defensively leak goals. That's our problem. If you're defensively assured and astute, you will win a load of football matches. You don't even need to be that good attacking-wise. You don't need to cut teams open. We were not brilliant attacking-wise today. We were not 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, or 8 out of 10 attacking today. But we did the job defensively, and we capitalized on the mistake. It's a grind-out result. That's how you do football matches, man. It's how any top team gets results. You're not going to win every game 3-4-0. So, yeah, I'm delighted with the way it turned out, to be completely honest with you guys. And long may it continue, man. Long may it continue. I'll take 1-0s all the way, all season long, man. Because they're the best type of results, trust me, guys. It galvanizes the squad, galvanizes the dressing rooms. You need those 1-0 wins, man. Trust me. It goes a long, long way. I'm excited for my second year. Just anxious because I have exams and all 12 my modules. Yeah, long day, man. I'm always going to try for our football team as goalkeeper. Again, hopefully one of my teams can win. People always looking for a goalkeeper, man. I'm sure you'll be able to get in. Always looking for a GK. But yeah, who do you guys want in the next round of the Carabao Cup? Please do let me know. It's a draw even out. Carabao Cup draw. If it's out, I'll tell you. I want an easy team in the next round, man. Give us a nice team at home. Carabao Cup draw. So when is the Carabao Cup draw? So the Carabao Cup draw takes place after tonight's matches around 10 p.m. So the Carabao Cup draw is about to start now, basically, guys. Also, perfect. So if it's starting now, we're going to see who Arsenal get. Who would you want to get? Me personally, in the next round, I want an easy team, man. We play Brentford away. Give us an Exeter. Exeter at home, perfect. Because we're beating Brentford. That'll do. Man City, if I'm not mistaken, are out. If I'm not mistaken, Man City are out of the Carabao Cup. I could be wrong saying that, but I'm pretty sure Man City got dumped out. Am I? No, yes, they did. 1-0 to Newcastle. So big up Newcastle. Hey, Man City already can't win the treble, man. Already they can't do better than last season already, which is crazy to think. But look, I think, to be fair, that Man City, what do they aim for now? They haven't won. They can't win the quadruple. They've got to go for the treble again. Pep Guardiola will be annoyed, man. He'll be so annoyed with that result. Trust me, this brother wants to win all 4 trophies. He wants to do the quadruple. But look, they can't. So, yeah. Big up Newcastle for getting a result against Man City, man. Big up them. But, guys, the draw is pending. It's about to start. I want to know who Arsenal gets. So, I'll be going along with the draw. Let me know in the live chat as well who you get, because I won't be able to keep up at time. So, let me know, live chat. Type out the draws as they come through, the teams that face each other, so I can react to them, can react to every single draw live. RD12, appreciate joining the stream, my friend. I'm doing really well. I thought that was a decent performance considering we were Kansas underdogs as well, because Brentford went full strength. RD12, 100% agree with you, my friend. 100% agree with you in that respect. Look, going into this game, with the injuries we had, the Declan Rice is out, etc., I didn't think we were going to win this game, to be honest with you guys, man. I'm being open and honest, transparent. I thought we were going to get knocked out. Brentford are a good team, man. They're pragmatic. They're tenacious. They played their full strength side, as you said. They've already got a double against Man City last season. We were going into that game with a compromised team looking to get a result away from home. And we did it. And this is the thing, guys. Why is our away form so different to our home form? It's chalk and cheese. It's completely different football clubs. I feel like watching Arsenal away, I'm so confident we're going to keep a clean sheet. And I'm so assured with us defensively. Then when I watch us at home, I feel like I'm watching a team that's shaky at the back and leaky. I don't get it, man. Surely it should be consistent. Or if anything, it should be better at home. Why are we just laser focused, tunnel vision away from home? Then at home, we give away goals for fun. I don't get it, man. Because if we perform like this every single game, we'll get a lot of results, guys. Because look, today was not free-flowing. I thought it was a decent performance, and the result is all that matters because it's a cup game, right? You just want the result and get out of there with your ticket booked in the next round. But I still think we played really well. Like, I don't think we were free-flowing in attack. I don't think we were looking like we could have scored 3-4-0. But we look good defensively. Yes, their goal was a little bit dodgy. I feel like it probably should have counted them. If VAR was involved, it might have been 1-1. But you ride your luck at times, man. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You got to take that on the chin. And I thought in our parts, we made some good defensive blocks. We understood the phases in the match today. The first half, get on them early. We scored a goal really early and we settled into the game well. I think that kind of shell-shocked Brentford a little bit because it was a little bit 50-50 to start. And as soon as Reece Nelson got that goal after about 7-8 minutes, the game really started to calm down and went in Arsenal's favour. Because whenever it's a calm and composed game, Arsenal seems to take over, man. Whether it's Jorginho at the back, really good, man. Really solid in that respect. Recycling the ball from left to right. Then in the second half, Brentford started to catch wind and then it started to look a little bit shaky, but we still stood firm defensively. And that's the main thing, man. You want to make sure you build up your team well defensively because, look, you can concede chances, yes, but don't look shaky, man. If you're going to concede a goal, concede a wonder strike, but don't look shaky. That's the main thing. So, yeah, I'm delighted with the way it went, to be completely honest with you guys, man. Really delighted with the way it went. So, draw should be starting any second now, man. It's currently 10 p.m. The draw should be starting any minute now. I want to see the results as they come through. Sorry, not the results. The fixtures as they come through. Can you say every single tie? I want to, man. I want to say every single tie. Watch Chinese pundits praise City for dropping out after backing them for the quadruple and throw shade at Arsenal for being lucky to go through. It's going to be lit. Bring on Chelsea next round. We got Chelsea. I don't know, but if you want Chelsea, look, I'll take Chelsea next round as well, man. To be honest, I'll take any team. Let's be real. Since Man City are knocked out, technically, we're the favourites in this competition. Technically. Obviously, Liverpool as well, maybe. I think if we draw Liverpool away from home, we're not the favourites. But if we draw Liverpool at home, we could be. But yeah, I agree with you to respect. To be fair, guys, let's be honest, we always draw Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Always we get Liverpool. It's always a good game, to be fair. Do you remember the 5-5 game when Martinelli burst into the scene and Ozil? What a game. Joe Willock. Oh, what a game that 5-5 match. It was one of my favourite games for Arsenal, for an absolute fact. But yeah, I get your point here about praising City for dropping out. I don't think pundits will. The thing is, right, people understand that although you don't want to take although you want to take every competition seriously, you can't go gung-ho in every competition, man. You have to allocate resources. It's the way it is. Economics is a prime example, right? No company has infinite budget. No company has an infinite workforce. Yes, they want to do everything at once, but they can't. They allocate. It's the same here with the football club. Yes, there's 4 trophies at once you want to aim for. And yes, you want to aim for all 4. But at the same time, you want to allocate. You want to ensure players are happy. You don't play your first 11 in every single squad. And Man City, obviously, out of all the competitions, Carabao Cup is their least priority. But Man City have got to the stage, right, where because they've done so well and they've climbed up every single mountain that's been asked of them, the only way they can go up is by winning the treble. They've set the threshold and the standards so high that the best they can do now is match last season. It's September, and the best they can do is match last season. They can't do better than last season. The max they can do is the treble again. They can't do the quadruple. The only thing better they can do is go up this season invincible. But if they lose on the weekend, then that's out of the equation as well. You get what I mean? So Man City really, when you set the standards so high, you can only go down. That can psychologically hurt you guys. It really can, because the Man City players will be looking around each other in that dressing room going, guys, like, we could have won this competition. I know Newcastle away is a tough job, but they could have won it. They didn't, and it's where the cookie crumbles, man. Quadruple is on one of those things, man. One of those things. If you think, I think these teams try to play us when we are away because they're confident and at home, and that plays to our style, and low block when we are at home and catch us on the counter. Brilliant point. 100% agree with you. When we're playing away from home, right? Teams, obviously, because they're at home, they feel like they want to get involved in the match more. They want to defend. They don't want to defend as deep. I think that plays into our hands. But you're right. When we play at home, those teams just play counter-attacking football. And in transition, we look leaky, man. You can tell it's a young team, because it's the thing, right? Young players, they always struggle in quick matches in certain respects. Not the pace of the game, because they're completely fine with that. They're young and they've got legs. It's the quickness of decision-making. That's the difference, right? Kroos and Modric. I watched Real Madrid today, yeah? Neither Kroos nor Modric played. But Kroos and Modric haven't got the legs that the other players have, like the Chouameni or Camavingas. But what Kroos and Modric have is a decision-making in key moments. And you can't replace that. Nothing can replace that, man. 23, 24-year-olds will not have the decision-making that 30 and 34-year-olds will have. Case in point, because 30 and 34-year-olds have had more game time on the pitch. They've been through more matches. They've gone through more eras. They know what's going on in the game. So when you're playing at home, right, and you see teams playing counter-attack, you feel like you want to get involved in the match more, Arsenal, because obviously the home fans are getting on our back. They want us to get a goal. Everyone starts bombing forward to try and get chances, and we leave ourselves too exposed to the back. All the goals we've conceded at home have been avoidable. There's not a single goal we've conceded at home this season. I've sat there and gone, wow, what a worldie. Nothing we can do to stop that. Whether it was the Taiwo Awoniyi goal, where he scored from basically our own corner, that was avoidable. You look at the goal that Fulham scored against us, both goals that they scored against us. The first one was a mistake by Saka. I don't know what he was doing. Ramsdale's position was crap. Then the second goal as well, not marking up from a corner against 10 men, inexcusable. You jump forward to the Manchester United game. Havertz, stray pass into midfield to Eriksen. Ben White not closing down Rashford. Almost conceded from a Garnacho shot as well in the second half. So, look, those things happen. Then you have to look for last weekend against Tottenham, which was a catalogue of errors, man. The first goal, Ryan not punching it clear. Saka not engaging the man. Ben White not engaging the man. Zinchenko not covering back post. Then the second goal for Heung-min Son. Jorginho just losing the ball in midfield. So every single goal we've conceded at home has been avoidable. Not just avoidable in the fact where you can say, oh, every goal is avoidable technically. Avoidable where there's been a clear and obvious mistake. Where there's literally been you thinking, what is going on here? You're sitting there going, what kind of defending is that? There's certain goals you look at and go, wow, what a strike. Yes, you can say engage man. Yes, you can say close someone down. But every now and then you will get a player score a 25, 30-year-old banger. And you sit there thinking, yes, you could have closed down the man earlier. But at the same time, you just got to hold your hands up and say, what a strike. But every single goal conceded the Emirates this season has been me sitting there going, that is crap defending. Crap, horrendous defending. So, look, we need to fix up because away from home, 3 games so far this season, 1-0 every single game. And that's good. That's the foundation. That's the bedrock, man. If you're winning games 1-0, that's really solid because it shows you're a really strong team. You're strong defensively. You got a real togetherness about you. You got a core to build upon. It's really good, man. So, look, I got to look at it and say, we need more 1-0 wins, man. Perform like you're performing away at home. Because if we do that, we'll win the league. Let's be real. Let's be real. If you want to win, you can't pick and choose who you want to play. Yeah, of course not. But I can't say I wear that preferences. For me, the last goal Arsenal conceded that was actually unavoidable was the one the Sporting player scored from 50 yards out. I agree with you in that respect. And even then, you could say that Ramsdale should have got back in time. But yeah, I agree with you in that respect. That's one of those things where when you've got to keep playing sweeper keeper, things like that happen. But the vast majority of goals in football are avoidable. The vast majority of goals. The one that springs to mind was last season Champions League Real Madrid versus Man City when Kevin De Bruyne bagged it from like 30 yards and Courtois had no chance. Then I'll say, you know what, fair. That was just a wonder strike from Kevin De Bruyne. But the vast majority of goals in football are avoidable, sorry. And if you look at Man City, right? Man City don't concede a lot of avoidable goals. They don't. Man City look good defensively. If you look at the team that wins the league, more often than not, they have the best defensive record. That's no surprise. There's no coincidence. Because defense wins championships, man. I know it's cliche, but attack wins games, defense wins championships. Arsenal can score goals. I fully believe that. Yes, our attack might not be clicking in all games, but we can score goals. Why I worry about Arsenal is because we cannot keep the ball out of our nets. We can't keep the ball out of our net. Whether it's Raya in goal, whether it's Ramsdale in goal. The ball will go into our net one way or another. And that's the worst possible thing. The draw should have definitely started by now, man. Definitely started by now. The draw's still not started. No way. It must have started by now, man. Guys, I want to know when the draw starts, to be fair, because I want to go through every single team that's in the draw. It takes place around 10 p.m. Yeah, the draw should have started, man. I don't know why the draw is still not going right now. It's one of those things. Hopefully, the draw starts fairly soon. Look when Chelsea won the Champions League. How many goals did that team concede in that run? Barely any, man. And you won the final 1-0 against Man City. Do you get what I mean? 1-0 is always going to be 1-0 since the dawn of football, yeah? 1-0 has always been the best result in football. I promise you guys to a T, man. 1-0 has always been the best result in football. Teams have won league titles of winning 1-0. Like I mentioned, George Graham at the start of the stream. George Graham's Arsenal did not win 4-0, 5-0. They were winning 1-0 consistently. 1-0 is the best result in football because 1-0 shows that you can score, A, put the ball in the other net, 2, get a clean sheet and not concede, and 3, hang on to games. And it's so good to do so. So yeah, 1-0 since the dawn of time has always been a good result, man. Always been a good result. Jordy, appreciate you on stream, my friend. Howie, there we go, man. Newcastle knocking out Man City. Big up to you guys. I didn't catch the game, but Isak got on the score sheet in the second half. Really good result from Newcastle. And look, Newcastle playing really well, man. They won 8-0 on the weekend against Sheffield United. I didn't watch the game, but I tuned in right at 7-0. I was thinking, what the hell is happening here? And then as I tuned in, Isak made it 8-0. And I was going, what have Newcastle just done? They won 8-0 against Sheffield United away from home. So look, Newcastle looking like a solid team. I can't wait for the draw. If Arsenal get Newcastle, man, what a game that would be. What a game that would be, man. Isak is a beast, man. Salute. Oh, Alexander Isak, for me, is the second best striker in the Premier League right now. Second best striker in the Premier League behind Haaland right now. If Ivan Toney comes back, it could be between him and Ivan Toney. But Isak is an unbelievable player, man. Unbelievable. I remember when Arsenal were linked to him, I was thinking, yes, get this brother in the door. The thing about Isak is, right, that when I saw him first, obviously he played for Real Sociedad, right? But I first watched him for Sweden in the Euros. And when I saw him play, I thought, you know what, this brother's really good. He looked like a really quality player. The fact that he was able to make runs in behind, his IQ was good. The thing about Isak was his decision-making was still a little bit lacking. And his end product as well, it wasn't look like he was getting enough goals. But his brother's clearly worked in his game. Because since going to Newcastle, he is scoring for fun right now, man. Absolute bagsman up there. So yeah, quality player Isak is, man. Definitely think he's one of the best players in the Premier League for an absolute fact. Who do Newcastle play in the Champions League? They play PSG next, I think. I think they play PSG next. Either PSG or Dortmund. I think it's PSG at home. Yeah, it will be awesome. Newcastle versus Arsenal would be a feast. I hope so, man. I hope so. I can't wait for the game in real life, man. I think it'll be a really good fixture. I remember when Arsenal played Newcastle away from home at St. James's Park. We did really well to win that game because we came onto the cosh first 10 minutes. And obviously at the Emirates, it was a bit of a boring game. Newcastle came to stink it out for a 0-0 draw. But look, everyone's going to play different styles. I don't begrudge them one bit for that. Playing PSG in the Fortress. I cannot wait for that game, man. I cannot wait for Newcastle to play PSG at St. James's Park. I'm definitely going to watch that game. This Isak guy took him out my FPL. Now he's on fire. Hey, man. Isak's cold, man. He's a really good player. Really, really good player. Come on, man. Is the draw's not started yet? It's been 30 minutes. Surely the draw must have started by now. I'm sitting there thinking, surely the draw must have started by now. Because if it's meant to start around 10 p.m., I'm thinking the draw must be underway by now. So I'm sitting there thinking, if it starts roughly 10 p.m. and it's 10:14, there's no way there's 14-minute build-up for this draw. It should have definitely started by now, the Carabao Cup draw. I just want to see what the teams get. Because once the draw starts, it goes fairly quickly, man. Fairly quickly. Draw is starting in a minute or two. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Let me know also the teams that face each other I want to see. I'm going to watch that game at the pub. Yeah, it'll be a good game, to be fair. Draw starting minute or two. Perfect. To be fair, I could even present. Share screen. Perfect, man. Perfect. Could share screen like that. That's absolutely perfect. Everything's going perfectly. Yeah, lovely. So we can see the draw happening as it goes. I'm following it right here. Nothing's come up right now, though, so it's a bit of a stinker, I can't lie. But right now, we'll see what we get, man. Arsenal fans, let me know who you want in the comment section or live chat. Newcastle fans, neutral fans, who do you want to get? Me personally, I'd love to get an Exeter or something. I want an easy tie, to be honest. I don't really want to face another hard team. But look, to be the best, you got to beat the best. That's always been my mentality. So bring it on. If we get a really good team like a Newcastle or Liverpool, fair play. But I personally would obviously prefer to get an easier team, just me personally. Let's go. Draw started in Sky Football. Perfect. So draw should be underway, hopefully. Oh, wrong one. Let's hopefully see Arsenal. I hope we get decent team. So yeah, let me know in the live chat the draws as they happen, because obviously this is going to be a little bit behind. But I'll react to them as they happen, team by team. It's round 4, which is how many teams left? 16 left or 32 left? I want to say no, not 16, 32 left, right? In round 4, or it might be 16 left. I can't remember, to be honest, man. The Carabao Cup confuses me. The FA Cup has always been the one where it's at, man. But there's either 16 or 32 teams left. It's one of the two. I feel like there's 16 left. 16, yeah. C-minus 16. Yeah, there we go. 16 teams left. So therefore, right. So 16's got round 4. Therefore, round 5 was 8 teams. Therefore, round 6 or the quarterfinals got 4 teams. No, semifinals got 4 teams. You play home and away. Yes, because you play in Carabao Cup, the semifinals, you used to play home and away, right? Home leg, away leg. And then finally, you have the final at Wembley. So yeah, makes sense. So what? You got round of 16. So you got round of 16, round of 8. You've got semi-final. Then you got final. So 4 games left to win the competition. That's not even that much, man. Burnley or Blackburn will do it for sure for Newcastle. Yeah. You'll definitely take a game like that for an absolute fact. But yeah, guys, let me know in the live chat as the draw happens what each team gets. I want to hear it, man. So I can react to it team by team as they go through. Me personally, I'm hoping for a Liverpool versus Newcastle tie. I want to see that because I think it'll be a really good game. Manchester United versus Liverpool as well. So I think the good teams that are left is Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, Newcastle. I wouldn't even bracket Chelsea as a good team, to be honest with you guys, man. I was so surprised to go through. I would rather Chelsea get through than Brighton get through. If I'm genuinely honest with you guys, man. And I know it's mad to think. If you asked me that 3 years ago, or even 2 years ago, even a year ago, maybe to an extent, who would you rather face? Would you rather face Chelsea or Brighton? Everyone would say Brighton. But nowadays, bro, you'd rather face Chelsea than Brighton. Brighton are not an easy team one bit, man. Under the Zerbi, they're playing a really pragmatic style of football, but they're playing really well, man. Their system's on job. Everyone knows their role to a T. They play entertaining football. They're distributing the ball from left to right quickly. There's a lot of really good teams in this Premier League now, man. Really good teams. Obviously, I know Brighton obviously lost in the Europa League, which would have been a shame to them, but it doesn't take away anything from me that I believe that Brighton are a top team. In the Premier League, there's a good 8 or 9 teams that are really solid, man. Really solid right now. I can name all of them. The big 6, obviously, but minus Chelsea. Then you got Newcastle, you got Brighton, you got Brentford. Those teams are solid. Aston Villa as well. Brighton, Brentford, Newcastle, Aston Villa, plus the big 6 minus Chelsea is the teams to watch, man. Genuinely, they're really solid teams in the Premier League. Is the draw actually on tonight? Yes, although it's taken forever, man. It's like the Champions League draw. I started streaming for the Champions League draw. I only used the last 10 minutes of the stream for the actual draw. The rest of it was useless. But yeah, it should be starting any minute now, apparently. And hopefully we'll see who each team gets. Hoping for a, what's it called? Hoping for, in my opinion, hoping for a decent draw on Arsenal's end. But look, whoever we get is whoever we get. Minus Man United 2, you've got a 9. United are a good team, man. I'm not branching United in the same category as Chelsea. No way. United are much better than Chelsea. Much better than Chelsea. You saw Manchester United against Burnley, man. Manchester United will find a way to find the winner. You saw that game against Burnley. Chelsea, there's no way they find the winner against Burnley away from home. Chelsea played Bournemouth, right? They were never looking like scoring. Never in that match. Obviously, they hit the bar for a free kick right through Sterling. But other than that, Chelsea never looked like scoring. Manchester United played Bournemouth away. They would have found a way to win that game. I promise you guys that. Would have found a way. That's the difference, yeah. So Man United now, I still will class as a good football team. I know obviously people might say, oh, they're not doing well right now. Nah, United are a good football team. They've got assassins in that squad. Chelsea, I'm not branching them in the same category as United. I'm sorry in that respect. They are delaying, man. Always delaying. Just want a extra coverage. The thing is, if I wasn't in Spain, I'd have it on right now on Sky Go, but obviously the VPN means Sky. I haven't got a VPN, so Sky Go is struggling, man. I can't even watch the stream. They're still not that good now. Look, United are not at top level, right? At the Man City Arsenal level, but they're a good football team, man. United started slow last season as well. I remember that. They lost their first 2 games, Brighton and Brentford. Then they went on a bit of a rampage. They beat Liverpool and they turned it up from there. United are a really good football team. Watch. When United play a really big team and they beat them at home, they'll start to click into the confidence will be back around the football club. Manchester United are not a bad football team one bit, man. They're still a tough team to play against, trust me. Very tough team to play against. They'll find a way to get results. They've got assassins on the pitch, man. Bruno Fernandes is a really good footballer. Rashford will get you goals. Højlund, I've seen enough from him to know that he's going to be a good player one day, man. Obviously, their right wing situation is looking a bit suspect. Their defense as well, Casemiro, but this guy's won countless Champions Leagues. Varane, Lisandro Martinez, these are good players, man. Really solid footballers. So yeah, 100% think that they've got a good chance of doing well this season, Manchester United. Look, now obviously they look a bit capped already because of how badly they performed at the start, but I still think they've got a good chance, man, Manchester United, of doing well this season. I don't think they're going to make a title challenge, but they could make Champions League maybe if they really push hard enough, or definitely Europa League spot at least. And look, they're in the Champions League. Anything can happen, man. The cup competition is crazy. We've seen Chelsea win the Champions League when they were nowhere near the best club in England. I'm not saying they're as bad as Manchester United right now, but we've seen anything happen. Anything can happen in cup competitions. Trust me when I say that. Is the draw actually happening or not, man? Because right now, I don't even think this draw is going to happen. It's been 20 minutes since 10 p.m. It's literally been 20 minutes. Oh, wait, it's 10 p.m. British Standard Time. Yeah, it's 10:20. What's the delay? I don't know what's taking so long with this draw, man. I thought I'd hang on this stream to see the draw, but nothing's even happening. But yeah, okay, I guess let's talk back about the Arsenal game, right? So Arsenal overall today, I think result was the main thing. We go into the game against Bournemouth. I want to see some faces back into the team because obviously Carabao Cup's one thing. I could have taken a loss in the Carabao Cup. If we got knocked out today, fine. Obviously not ideal, but I would have taken it. I would have firmly taken it on the chin. If we lose on Sunday or draw on Sunday against Bournemouth, or Saturday, sorry, I will be absolutely distraught. I do not take draws in the Premier League, man. Absolutely not. Especially against teams like Bournemouth. So I want to see some players back for an absolute fact. I want to see REISS back, hopefully. If not, we confirm Jorginho for one more game. But I do want to see players like Saka back, Martinelli or Trossard back, at least one of them. At least. Then, look, if REISS is missing, REISS is missing. But if we have at least Martinelli or Trossard back and Saka back, I'll be happy because then at least you've got a front three of Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, or Trossard, Martinelli. Sorry, Trossard, Saka, Jesus, or Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus. If our front three is good, we're good. Because then you can have Jorginho, what's it called? Saka, not Saka, sorry, Odegaard and Vieira. That will do. And then you've obviously got your back four. And then in goal, you can play Raya or Ramsdale. So I can deal without having REISS for one game. REISS needs to be back for Man City. Made a mistake about it. But against Bournemouth, we can deal without Declan Rice. But for an absolute fact, we need our front three back. We need at least one more winger because you cannot play 2 strikers up front. I hope and pray that against Bournemouth, we play wingers. If it's Trossard and Reece Nelson, fine. If it's Martinelli and Reece Nelson, fine. If it's Reece Nelson and Saka, fine. But do play 2 wingers against Bournemouth, man. Don't play Jesus left wing for an absolute fact. How long do you give Poch till he gets sacked or gets his team to a title charge? Well, here's the thing, right? When Chelsea appointed Poch, you might not remember last season I said it was a wrong appointment. I said it was a wrong appointment because Pochettino is a project manager in Chelsea. Although they think it's a project, it's nowhere near a project, man. A project involves the academy. A project involves down tooling, not spending a lot of money. Chelsea are spending a lot of money. Chelsea got a lot of egos around that football club, and they're trying to balance a lot of the squad trying to get a game time. And here's the thing, right, guys? You need an ego to come into that door. So me personally, I would have gone for Luis Enrique or Zidane. I remember saying it at the time. Other Chelsea fans wanted Nagelsmann. I said that was a wrong appointment as well. I mean, when they signed Pochettino, Chelsea fans were over the moon. I said it's a wrong appointment. I'll back you. Obviously, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I'll see what happens from it. But I remember at the time saying they should have signed Enrique or Zidane. If you've got 300 million to spend in the window, you've got 300 million. Sorry, you got ample cash to spend on the manager. You can't be tight. You can't be tight budgeted on the manager. If anything, the manager is the most important person in the job by a mile, man. The manager is more important than any player on the football pitch. Yes, you might say, oh, but the manager doesn't kick a ball. But yes, the manager galvanizes a squad. So if you have the right manager in place, you can get a lot out of the squad of players, man. That Chelsea team, make no mistake about it, they're not as good as people might think. At the start of the season, I thought they were actually going to do better than they're doing right now. But they're equally not as bad as people think. They're definitely not as bad as 14th or 15th. They're not as bad as a team that's struggling to get a goal in the Premier League, let alone win matches. It's a better team than that. They've got good players, man. Sterling's decent. Mudryk costs 100 million. Fernandes costs over 100 million. Equally, Caicedo. Nicholas Jackson, I'm not sold on him, but he's still an okay striker. They should not be anywhere near the position they're in. So, look, I think he's closer to get sacked than win them a title challenge. I think that's absolutely fine. I think everyone can agree with that. But at the same time with Pochettino, right? I think Bowley will give him until January. But at the same time, look, I think you just got to stick by him, man. Stick by him. Make your bed, lay in it, man. That's what I always say. Make your bed, lay in it. They've chosen Pochettino. Deal with it, man. I think they've done the draw and are going to announce it to everyone all at once. What do you think? Now, they normally do it live, no? They normally do it. They normally do the draw live. So, the teams reminded the Bulls tonight after tonight's results. Yeah, when's the draw starting? So, the Bulls are out. So, it's Burnley Ball 1, Exeter Ball 2, etc., etc., etc. Arsenal is Ball 11. So, that's the one we're looking out for. To be honest, that's the team that we need to... that's the team I've seen Arsenal hopefully get drawn out. I want to see us play at home, to be honest. But yeah, the draw, I'll be honest, guys, the draw don't start in a few minutes, man. I might have to X off the stream because nothing's happened. I'll tweet about it in my make sure to follow my Twitter if you haven't already. It's in the description of this video, or my X. I keep calling it Twitter. My X. My Twitter, my Instagram is both in the description of this video. Feel free to check it out, man. Tweet about football games there, post about football matches, post on my story about the Real Madrid game I was at today. So yeah, I was watching Real Madrid versus Las Palmas, which was decent, to be fair. It wasn't the greatest match, but it was decent to see the Bernabeu at least. Jackson is a mid player, but scores there. Yeah, I can't lie, he is a mid player, man. Definitely a mid player. But yeah, you got to go and look. Goals for strikers, whether it's a Carabao Cup game or Champions League game, man. Goals are goals for strikers. They don't care, man. It's just good confidence. When he scored against Luton, I thought he might kick on from there. Nicholas Jackson, he never seemed to. He struggled, I think, big time. In his next two matches against Forest and especially against Bournemouth as well. Forest was worse, though, in my opinion, man. He missed a wide open shot against Forest. I was thinking, what is this brother doing? But hopefully he can kick on, man. To be honest, at this point, I'm ready to give a manager more time, but it still is conditional. Yeah, look, it's a fine balance between wanting to win and trusting the process. Obviously, if you say give a manager time is subjective. Is time a month? Is time a year? Is time 5 years? Arteta got 3-4 years to really get Arsenal to start playing good football. If Arteta was at any other club than Arsenal, including the Chelsea, he would not have lasted to see the rewards of his labor, see the fruits of his labor. Because there was 2 seasons in a row where Arteta finished 8th. And if you finish 8th with that Arsenal squad 2 years in a row, I can't lie, you would have gone, man. If it was Chelsea in charge, he would have gone. If it was many other football clubs, he would have gone. I can't lie. So Arsenal saw Arteta through. I've always had this mentality when it comes to managers, guys. Always had this mentality. You employ a manager if A, they are world class, or B, you believe has the potential to be world class. Those are the only 2 times you appoint a manager. You don't appoint a manager that's okay and you think it's going to be okay one day. You either appoint a manager that's right now world class, or you believe one day will be world class. Only 2 tenets of appointing a manager. When Real Madrid signed Carlo Ancelotti, it's because they knew he was world class. When Man United signed Erik ten Hag, they believed he was going to be world class. When Arsenal signed Arteta, he was not world class. It was his first job in management. But Arsenal board believed that he was going to become a world class manager one day. That was the reason they appointed him. So when Chelsea brought in Potter, right, they must have believed he was going to be a world class manager one day because he was definitely not world class in that moment. It didn't pan out that way. So as soon as you stop believing he's going to be a world class manager, you let him go. But also another underrated thing is, right, managers can be very good, but not for the right club. Look at Unai Emery, for example. Fantastic at Aston Villa, fantastic at Villarreal, Sevilla, you name it, man. At Arsenal, didn't go his way. One reason or another, he lost the dressing room. Obviously, there was a lot of things in the background, I'm guessing, going on there, but he just wasn't the right manager for Arsenal. That's nothing against Unai Emery. It just didn't really work for him. It's equally David Moyes at Manchester United. David Moyes is not a bad manager. He's done really well at West Ham, really well in his other jobs he's been at, but he just didn't quite work at Manchester United, coming off the back of the Everton job. So does that make David Moyes a bad manager? No, maybe he's just not right for that type of football club. So there's multiple reasons that go into it. So there's multiple ways you got to look at that angle, but I think the main thing is, right, to be honest with you guys, that your point manager, you think it's going to be the best for you. Best for you. If you think it's going to be world class one day, run it, man. Run it. You get paid to make ruthless decisions. For me, 2 years for Poch, unless he nearly gets this lot relegated. 2 years is a long time though as well for a process, man. 2 years is a very long time. But I do hear you, man. Poch, you've seen at Tottenham that he can be a really good manager. So you give him time. You give him time. Unless he nearly gets relegated. What if he does get relegated? That's crazy, man. Nah, Chelsea won't get relegated. I promise you that. Promise you that Chelsea won't get relegated for an absolute fact, man. There's no chance. Absolutely no chance of that. Guys, I can't lie. If this draw, let me know live chat. Is this draw actually signed? I don't think it is, man. I'm gonna have to X off the stream because I can't be waiting this long, man. I'm in Madrid. I've got places to be. So yeah, I guess I'll check out the draw when I do. I'll post my Instagram and my X rather than my Twitter. But yeah, it's what's it called? The draw is not starting anytime soon. So yeah, I'll make sure to keep up to date with it on my socials. I remember you said a similar thing on your channel about getting to university and getting rejected. Exactly, man. Exactly. Look, just because they reject you doesn't make you a bad candidate or bad student, for example. It's case by case basis, man. Case by case basis. And also, I believe always everything happens for a reason, man. Arteta is one lucky man. That FA win brought in time 100%. I can't imagine Arsenal with any other coach, right? I can't imagine Arsenal with any other coach, right? We would be in a spliff. I'll be real with you right now. Yeah, I kind of feel that. I feel like I do low-key want to see what Arsenal would be like with Ancelotti, though. I low-key, let me know if you're in the live chat, Arsenal fans, yeah? Low-key, would you want to see Arsenal with Ancelotti? I feel like he would cook with this Arsenal team, man. Because I do want a real Don manager, like Don Carlo, you know what I mean? Like that type of manager up there. But look, it's one of those things, man. Arteta, I rate Arteta a lot. The thing about Arteta is, though, he does seem a little bit, right now, arrogant, too big for his boots, given that he's not won a major trophy apart from the FA Cup. He's a bit too animated for me. Too energetic, too jumpy, too, zippy about. We don't need that right now, to be honest with you guys. So, look, if I would love to see Arsenal get someone like Ancelotti, to be honest with you guys, man. But look, he's not leaving anytime soon, man. Nowhere near anytime soon. I saw Arsenal's goal, but that's about all I watched. I watched City Newcastle. Yeah, bro, I'll be real with you. That was probably a better game. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd do the same thing. I'd do absolutely the same thing. But look, it's one of those things. Nelson scored a decent goal. That was a good finish. He did everything that Jesus didn't do on the weekend. Jesus on the weekend, throw on goal. This bro aimed for the heavens. Whereas Reece Nelson actually kept his head and slotted it in the corner. So, yeah, I've been calling for him to get a lot of game time, to be fair. A lot of game time, manager. A lot of game time, sorry, for Reece Nelson. Definitely deserves it. On the wings, right, with Reece Nelson, right? The one thing about Reece Nelson is he is dependable. When you see Smith Rowe on the wings, for example, yeah, nothing against Smith Rowe, right? But he just always cuts inside and tries to go inside. At least with Reece Nelson, he'll keep the width. And sometimes, right, you don't even have to really get on the ball and do things. As long as you keep your width, you're dragging the defender out. It's the tenets of football. Attack wide, defend narrow. And if you've got the width, then you know for a fact, man, you know for an absolute fact that the team's going to get stretched, the defense going to get stretched, and it becomes a harder football match for the opposition. You need that, man. You definitely need that. So, yeah, I think for an absolute fact that we need to keep Reece Nelson in the team if we haven't got any other wingers at the football club. So if Saka or Trossard or Martinelli are not fit, if all three of them aren't fit, it's a long day. I'll be honest with you guys, a very long day. But if two of them are not fit, then at least you can put Reece Nelson in the side. You get what I mean? And then you can put the other one in the team. But Reece Nelson has to play, man. He has to be the fourth choice winger in there. Has to be. If you get rejected, doesn't mean you're stupid, just you're not the right fit. Yeah, facts. It's about to start for real this time. Oh, so the draw's actually starting. Thank God, man. I've been waiting all day for it. Yeah, Ippy, appreciate the stream, my friend. Everything well. Arsenal with Ancelotti, you're having a laugh. Hey, man, it's coming. No, I'm joking. He's doing really well, Real Madrid, man. But look, I'm saying hypothetically. Obviously, he's not coming to Arsenal anytime soon. I think Arsenal stick with Arteta for a very long time. I believe that Josh Kroenke was in London to negotiate contract terms even with Arteta. So, yeah, if that's the case, then this guy's going to be here for an awful long time. For me, though, I'll be honest with you guys, right? What is Arteta getting a new contract for? I'm being 100% honest with you. What is Arteta getting a new contract for? He hasn't won a trophy. What does he deserve it for? Yes, he's done really well with the squad, right? But I reward for winning. Yes, you gave him his extension, fine. He was doing really well. But for me, you get your next extension when you win a trophy. Arsenal squad right now, I believe, is good enough to win a title. I genuinely do believe that. You look at the team, man for man, Saka, good, bro. Odegaard, good. Rice, good. Ben White, good. Saliba, good. These are players that can get into Man City's team. Man City could start Saliba, could start Odegaard, could start Rice, could start Saka. These players could start for Man City, right? We've got a really good football team. So if Arteta doesn't win a trophy right now, man, you're sitting there thinking, what was he deserve an extension for? I'll be honest with it. No way, no dons. All right, come on, man. Give the guy a chance. All right, the first draw, Mansfield versus Port Vale. Couldn't care less about that one, man. But at least one bad team's going through. What about Allegri? Nah, man, that ship sailed on Allegri, bro. That ship sailed long ago. Ipswich versus Fulham. Okay, good draw for Fulham, to be fair, in that respect. They got a non-Premier League side. What do you think of the manager, Ben Mio? You fell on a pool for that one, man. Almost fell for that one. Let's go check out aftv clips, man. Man United. Man United. Oh, Man United versus Newcastle. Brilliant game, man. Definitely will be watching that. Definitely will be watching that one. So yeah, I'm delighted with that draw. Bournemouth versus Liverpool, perfect. No, I don't. Chelsea versus Blackburn. Yeah, Chelsea got lucky with that one. All right, so Arsenal got West Ham. We'll take West Ham, man. We'll definitely take West Ham. West Ham away from home. Obviously not the easiest of ties, but one of those things, man. I'll take West Ham. Hopefully the game will be on TV as well. So Man United, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and West Ham, Arsenal. So a lot of all Premier League clashes, to be fair. A lot of all Premier League clashes. Let's go United. We're coming for you. That'll be a really good game, man. Really good game. I can't wait for that one. I'll definitely do a review after that match. If it's not on at the same time as Arsenal versus West Ham, I'll definitely do a review for Man United versus Newcastle, 100%. Sean Dyche derby, Everton versus Burnley. Oh, yeah. Good point, man. Very good point. Sean Dyche derby. I think Everton get a result, to be fair. And Exeter versus Middlesbrough, dead game as well. All the ties are done out. There we go. So the highlight tie. I'm happy with that draw, to be fair. United versus Newcastle. Well, United versus United, technically. But Manchester United versus Newcastle. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. West Ham versus Arsenal. Those are the highlight ties. And Chelsea versus Blackburn. Who's your money on to win the Carabao Cup? I think Liverpool are going to win it this year, personally. But as long as Arsenal go far, I'll take that, man. A lot of these young players, give them a chance of running in the side. And let's keep cooking. But I want to see my team primarily target the Premier League and Champions League. But yes, I appreciate everyone that's tuned to the stream today. I hope you guys have managed with the fact that it is obviously obscure surroundings. I'll put it that way. It's obviously not my usual setup, but the streams are back to normal on the weekend. I guess I'll end with putting up the stream schedule for the weekend. It's back to Premier League matches, which is really good. So Premier League fixtures. I want to see some good matches, man. So this weekend, the streaming schedule will be Aston Villa versus Brighton. I'm not watching that one. No way. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. We'll be watching that one. So the stream will start 5 p.m. UK time. Tottenham versus Liverpool. That game will be streamed as well afterwards. I'll definitely be watching that. Then Sunday, one game on Sunday, Forest versus Brentford. Not watching that one. And then Fulham versus Chelsea Monday. There we go. So that's the streaming schedule, guys. So there'll be 3 matches streamed on this weekend. Bournemouth versus Arsenal, Tottenham versus Liverpool, and Fulham versus Chelsea. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe on my road to 5,000 subscribers. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat as well. Also, drop a like down below so we get more people on the algorithm. I appreciate you guys all for tuning into this stream. Let's check out any future comments we got. I got an idea for the future. If you have 2 games you want to watch, get someone who watched the other game, Arsenal aren't in, to come on and do a stream with you. Yeah, could definitely. The 3 p.m. kickoffs is for a fact that I could do that. And people have been telling me for the longest time to do watch-alongs. So I'll definitely consider watch-alongs at some point as well, man. But I just need to figure out my setup for that one. But yeah, definitely expansion opportunities. I'll put it that way. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning to the stream today. Back to usual surroundings next weekend. 3 streams there. Subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you never miss a future video on this channel. I'll be for catch you guys